Hello, this is Cinders papercraft.co.uk and I am bringing you a preview of a mini baby album for a little girl. Now the reason I am bringing you previews is because my videos tend to be too long, so if I do a preview and show you what's in there, then when I get to do the project it's a lot more simple just to get in there and get going. The album is incredibly easy to do. I think the actual album bit probably takes 3 sheets of card, probably 12 by 12, but I can do an A4 one. That will take a bit more sheets, but it really is super simple. I know I say every project's simple, but this one is. I love doing albums and I love doing my big complicated albums. Well, when I say they're complicated, they look complicated and they've probably got more work in. They're the ones that I love doing. But my husband actually did say, what about the people that are starting off? So this is anyone can do this, and especially new crafters. And he also said to me, does everyone know what these albums are for? Now, in the craft world, we all know. But you might think, that's really pretty, but what do I put in there? What's it for? So, I'm very briefly going to explain what they're about. These are for people to, like, if this one, it's for a baby girl. You've had a new baby, you're going to have pictures of baby that you can put in here. You'll be able to write first day at home on a piece of paper and tuck it in here. Your milestones. Now you probably won't be doing it in this one because this is more welcome to the world, so it's probably 0 to 6 months or 0 to 3 months depending on how quickly you fill it up. And I've done this in this size so that I can show you how to do a holder, so you could literally put 0 to 3 or 0 to 6 on that and then build on and put them all in a box folder. The reason people are going to do these more often nowadays is because we take photos and films on our cameras and they tend to stay on there. When I was growing up, we used to have photos that we had to send away to be developed. Yeah, I'm that old. And I used to love looking at photographs, but I don't have many pictures of myself from when I was young. Camcorders and cameras weren't readily available when I was growing up. So I would love to look back at all these albums and look back and know my first word, when I took my first step, when I first smiled, all of these things, and how Mum found coming home. And I think those memories are precious and should be recorded. So this is why we do albums. Right, so now I have done a belly band on this. I did do a second belly band which I'm going to show you, but this one for now, let me show you. I've done the 2 and I've done a 3D lovely and then a teddy on the back. I did do this one, which is our cookie cutter, and then I cut out a lot of die cuts and put it on there, but I didn't know if that was a bit too girly. It's not girly because that's what it's for, but a bit too babyfied. Again, no, it's for a baby. Too cutesy. So whoever has this has the choice. I was very surprised when I looked through Stamping Up how little there are stamp sets for babies. I've used 2 or 3 of them, and they used to have one and die cuts, but they discontinued that, which is sad. So I actually have die cuts from Sizzix that I used here. If you've got the old stamp set and die cuts from the old Stamping Up one, use it because they're absolutely perfect. Right, so I used some of the Memories and More, which I'm going to use to do the boy one. So that's from the Memories and More, and that just unclips like that and comes off, and it opens up like that, and it's got pocket. It opens up like that, and there's pockets. Opens like that, and there's pockets. Okay, and then this side we've got a flap and a pocket, and there are the other sides, and they are all flaps. Now, I can't tell you how easy this is, trust me. Now, all these papers are hand stamped. I will show you the sets I use for this. Amazing. I am going to use these to do so many background papers. I love it. Let me see if I can, I've got these. Right, so I just stamped the number 3 bear from the it's the bottom one from Baby Bear, ironically. Okay, and I used this stamp, that one, I love that, I love it, I love it, I love it, and this one. So all 3 of those come from this one, Blooming Love. But you can do that in any colour, and I think it's going to look incredible. One of the tips that I'm actually going to come up with is, if you do this, I wouldn't stick to one shade of pink. Vary as much as you can. So if you use something that's pink that doesn't match, it's not going to stand out like a sore thumb. And can I tell you, when I was doing these pages, I had to cut into the bear. I cannot tell you how difficult that was, to actually cut the bear in pieces. I have this thing where biscuits that are smiling, I can't eat them, because if I look down and they're smiling at me, there's no way I can eat it. And jelly babies, can't do them either. Anyway, that's just a weird thing that I've got. So all of these are going to open up, and they have the little, what are they called? A little wild. So they all come up, and then they fold back in. That protects that part, and there. Whoop. Goodness me. Right, now if I show you the little inserts that I've done. God, that sun's suddenly come out really bright. Wow. Okay, I can barely see. Right, so these are the inserts. Actually, I do need to quickly just show you something else. Let's take those out of the way so it doesn't get too... Right, so this is the opened up. I can't get it all in. But these fold down as well. So you could literally doodle on there or put something on there. Journal, write it down, and then they fold back up. So that will go there. You'll put in pictures or turn it to the back and write down how baby was on that day. Anything that really stood out, anything like that. These are memories that can be passed down to that child when they're older, and they are so precious nowadays. Time flies so quickly, and I would have loved to have a album from when I was growing up. I'm sure if you haven't got an album of yourself, you would have loved to have looked back to see when you first laughed, or a picture of the ultrasound that they do now, because that could go in there. So there is my preview. This is easy to make. I have used the new Fresh Florals designer series paper, but for the rest of it I have used the 2 stamp sets which are this one and that one. This is one of those items where I would say, if someone else wanted to do crafting but didn't have oodles of money, you can always make up a nice background paper with that. You cannot go wrong with bears, because that doesn't have to be christening. That can be turned into a Christmas bear or a present, anything like that. But oh, I'm just going to reach across, and this is another one of what I would say are big items that you can use a lot. But yeah, no, I'm really pleased with how these papers come out. We did years ago, about a year and a half ago, maybe 2, have this paper, which is what got me thinking about this. And that was, I can't remember what that paper was called, but that gave me a great idea to do this one. And all as I've done is stamped it in one colour down, obviously over and over and over. And then to fill in little bits, I've just put 3 dots down. And that really does make a difference. I do it on all of mine just to make it look a bit more full and realistic. And again, the bears, I will be using these to do the baby boy. Right, so these items are available from my online shop if you would like to buy anything that you've seen today. I will be back really shortly with the baby boy one, and I would honestly feel comfortable saying beginners can easily do this. Yeah, so there it is. I love it, and it's not too big. What does it measure? It measures 23 centimeters by 11.5 centimeters, and that is about 9 inches by 4.5. So you could definitely get quite a few of those into a box file, which I'm going to show you how to do. And then you could just label down either a name or how many months they've got, or not months they got, how old they are. Sounds like a prison sentence. Right, so there it is. I hope you like it, and I hope you will tune in for the tutorial. It is a really simple tutorial. You will not believe how simple, so hopefully it won't take me forever. I'll do as much of it off camera as I can. Okay, well, thank you very much for spending part of your day with me, and I hope to see you on the next video when I upload it. Hope you like it. See you soon. Bye bye.